Welcome back, Camille, to part 2 of reacting to my old videos. If you haven't seen the first one, I reacted to some of my oldest videos on this channel.
Unnecessary surgery on a little boy's genitals. I don't know, kind of whack.
And I'm kind of going through and revisiting these different eras of my channel and the ways that it's evolved and that I've evolved. And today I'm going to be reacting to what I think of as kind of the golden years of my channel. It was doing really well, kind of blew up overnight, and I was working really hard at it, while also kind of figuring out life with a baby, and also going from being in a committed relationship as a teenager to actually living with my partner and being an adult at 17. It was hard to narrow down what videos I wanted to react to that really encapsulate this time in my life, and also which videos I just had the most to say about now, but I think I got some good ones to react to today. This era definitely makes me the most nostalgic, and I don't know, I was just so hopeful and so confident in myself and so sure that everything was gonna work out my way. And like, things weren't perfect for sure. There was definitely some things going on behind the scenes, but for the most part, life was pretty good at this point. At the time though, I was starting to become very obsessive when it came to these videos. I felt like I had to make everything perfect all the time, and you know, my channel was doing great because of it, because of the effort I was putting in. Like, I really built this thing that sustained me and my family for a long time financially, but it took a lot of my attention and my energy and my focus. You know, we only get so much time with our kids when they're young, and that baby stage goes by so fast. And yeah, I'm happy I have all these videos of her now, but I do wish I was more present during that time and grateful for what I had. So yeah, this era is very bittersweet. We're gonna start off today though with a video titled "Why I Dropped Out of High School at 17. Story time." A decision that now I don't stand by. I think I should have finished. So yeah, I guess we're gonna hear me out, hear what I had to say, and why I thought that was a good choice at the time. The thumbnail says, "Dropping out of high school and becoming a YouTuber." Welcome back, Camille. Today I will be talking to you guys about something that I've honestly kind of been avoiding talking about. I get a lot of questions about this subject, and I've never really properly addressed it on my channel. And the main reason for that is just because... Okay, I just have to get like these initial comments out of the way before I can continue. First of all, my hair is really bothering me in this. I will say that my ability to speak up and like film a proper YouTube video has improved drastically compared to the ones I was reacting to previously. Because either I didn't have a boy or because other reasons, and I'll explain why I didn't end up using these names. I still do definitely just like sound like a baby. I sound like a 17-year-old. But yeah, it's kind of cool to see that I improved as a YouTuber in that short time. This just feels like such a YouTube video now. I've always been very smart. School has come very easily to me. I've always loved learning. So yeah, I just want to lay that out there. I have never had a problem with school and education and learning. I love learning new things. I loved high school, but only the learning part of it. I loved my classes and my teachers, and I got straight A's that whole year, 4.0 GPA. But as far as the social aspect, I did horribly. I had started dating this guy named Landon the summer before I started high school, so we went into high school together. And because I had him and he was my best friend and we did everything together, I didn't really have much room for any other friends. And I was just kind of a weird kid, weird person. No one really wanted to hang around me. I got teased. And nothing crazy. I wasn't bullied, I would say, but I definitely got teased here and there for what I would wear and how I would act. It's so weird to see me talking about my younger high school self at that point in time as like a 17-year-old who was just kind of coming out of that and kind of going through this weird like identity crisis where I'm a mom now and I feel like I need to dress like a mom and act like a mom, and I was just trying to be so mature. And a lot of that pressure did come from social media and having my life online. You know, after my channel blew up, I got so many comments about my poor daughter is gonna have to grow up with a mom who's so immature and still a child herself. And it got to me, and I really tried to present as like a mature maternal figure, and I thought that meant I couldn't be my weird self and express myself and have fun with my outfits. I don't know, seeing those clips of me in high school, I was just so me and so full of life. It's just funny to see this version of myself talk about that version as if it's like something I had completely outgrown and oh yeah, I was so weird in high school. And now at 23, I'm like, I am still so weird and so different, and I didn't belong and I didn't fit in because of it, and I still don't really fit in. But I identify so much more with 14, 15, 16-year-old Cameron compared to this 17-year-old sitting on a couch trying to prove how mature I am. It is kind of sad to hear me talk about how I had no friends because I was so busy being Landon's girlfriend, which very much was the case. Like, I chose not to have a social life really because I was just so invested in that relationship. So about 3 months into freshman year, I kind of started to isolate myself and not really socialize a whole lot. But that just led me to focusing on school more, and I really tried hard that year and got great grades. But I still had Landon, and he really got me through my high school years. I don't think I could have done it without him. So yeah, we dated freshman and sophomore year, and at the end of my sophomore year, the summer leading into junior year, I ended up pregnant. And at the same time that I learned that I was pregnant, I also learned that I would be moving to Florida. So when I went into my junior year of high school, I knew I would only be there for 6 weeks. So that whole month of being at school and being pregnant and knowing that I would move, it is its own story time. I actually have a story time about it that you can click on right here, and it'll tell you all about how that month went. Basically, everyone found out that I was pregnant and it went horribly. He called me like a human incubator, grabs my hair and like pulls me down. He threw me like to the ground. I'm living for all of like the inserted footage in this video. You can tell I was really getting my grip on like being a YouTuber, cutting back to like the highlights of that story time. Because yeah, I was so bullied. It was crazy going to high school and everyone knowing that I'm pregnant and dealing with that. With everything I was going through at the time, everyone else's opinions was kind of the least of my concern. But yeah, it was really brutal. At the time, I planned on graduating high school through homeschooling. I was gonna homeschool for my junior and senior year and finish it up and be done with it. And after high school, I planned on being a photographer. By the way, at the time, my baby daddy slash boyfriend, he was still going to the same school that I had just left in Texas, and he was also working at the time at Papa John's. At the time, I really wasn't concerned about my YouTube channel. It was just a hobby and I had put it on hold, wasn't even looking at it, checking up on it or anything. So after I bring my baby home from the NICU and I kind of get settled, get back to my homeschooling because I had taken a break from that as well, I checked my YouTube and my video had gone viral. So yeah, that happened and I started taking it a little bit more seriously. I continued to upload once a week. Things were going great. My channel was gaining more and more subscribers every day. However, I was not doing very well at school. It wasn't even the whole YouTube thing that really threw me off because I only spent a good 3 hours doing YouTube a week. Honestly, it was just having a newborn. Having a newborn is a whole nother state of mind that you're in. The exhaustion that you feel, you're a zombie. At that time, my goal had kind of shifted from being a photographer, graduating high school and going that route, to what if I make this my career and be a YouTuber and put all of my energy into that. But I was still trying to squeeze in doing homeschooling at the same time. Basically, as time went on, it got harder and harder for me to do school. Okay, me trying to make it seem like I just didn't have time for school because I was so busy with YouTube and a newborn. That's just so not true, and school also didn't take up much time either. Like, I'm kind of just lying here. Coco was a really good baby and she slept a lot. I think if I had like a 2-year-old and I was trying to get stuff done while she's around, like that's one thing, but a newborn, I was definitely trying to make it seem like it just wasn't possible for me at the time to do. But honestly, it wasn't that, and I knew that. It was the fact that I was making money on YouTube and I thought it was pointless to finish high school. Like, why would I waste my time getting my education when I'm making money right now doing this and I don't need a high school diploma to do this? But I failed to realize that a career being a YouTuber is not gonna last forever, and it hasn't. It is not financially sustaining me anymore. I have to do other things to make ends meet on top of it. At this point in time, 23 years old, without a high school diploma or a GED, I'm doing YouTube, doing photography, and picking up babysitting jobs whenever I can in order to make ends meet, in order to provide for my kids. And I kind of really wish I graduated. I think having a high school diploma would have been great for me. It would have helped me in life. I literally just thought that I was above it somehow, which is so stupid. I think that's enough of that video. This next one is titled Bringing My Baby to School Teen Mom Vlog. It got 5 million views, which is definitely one of my most popular videos. Kind of clickbait because I, like we know, dropped out of high school, wasn't really attending school anymore. But I went back to my high school and took my baby to a football game pep rally thing. And being that people at that school treated me pretty badly, especially after I got pregnant, I really felt like I had something to prove. As I got more popular, the YouTube fame did start to get to my head. Kind of thought I was the shit, and especially when it came to my haters, you know, the people in high school who didn't believe in me, who told me I should get an abortion. I really enjoyed rubbing it in their face that I was a successful YouTuber now, that everything worked out and I was making all this money and I'm happy with my high school sweetheart and we have our baby, which, yeah, is pretty cringe. Because still, I was a teen mom. Still, I like couldn't go to parties because I was taking care of my baby. They were finishing out their senior year. They were picking out prom dresses and I was picking out wedding dresses. I don't really think many of them were that jealous of my life at that point, but I was so convinced they were, and that I was just leaps and bounds ahead of everyone. Like, oh, you still live with your mom? You're 18 and you still live with your mom and go to high school? Oh, I have my own apartment. You know, like, okay, go off. 18-year-olds should be living with their parents and going to high school and doing normal high school things. This video does kind of make me laugh though, because as we know, I did not have many friends in high school at all. And in the video, I'm like, yeah, I'm like excited to see my friends from high school. And my friends are just like people who I had classes with that were kind of nice to me, that like didn't pick on me. I never like hung out with anyone outside of school. But there's so many people that came up to talk to me and meet my daughter, and a lot of those people were really mean to me, talked a lot of shit about me, really gave me a hard time during high school. And then like watching me interact with them, it's just so awkward and weird. But in this video, I really tried to make it seem like I had friends and I was like coming back to my high school and oh my god, it's so good to see everyone. No one liked me. I just had no business being there and doing that and showing up with my baby, you know? And I don't know why I thought it was like such a power move for me to do that. Yeah, I think me showing up there was just really weird of me. I don't know why I did that. I hate that I did that. Anyways, let's watch it.
First day of school. Class first day of school.
Lexi.
Oh, she already cute.
That was Lexi. She was one of the only people who was genuinely nice to me. She was really popular and friends with pretty much the whole school, but she really stuck up for me against everyone that was talking crap. She also made me the sweetest little gift of like baby clothes and baby shoes, and was the one person who really took the time to show kindness to me when I first got pregnant, and it's just always stuck with me. Of all the people from high school, she's one of the very, very few people that I still like make some effort to see and hang out with here and there.
Boy.
I love you, Lexi, if you're watching this. Also, Coco is so cute and little.
No, you don't. Not yet, at least.
Cute. So happy to be here.
Got little hair. She's so tiny.
She's so cute.
I want to see Miss Morrison. Is she here?
I think I saw her earlier.
Our old physics teacher.
Oh, Miss Namova.
Spilling tea.
She like talked about you afterwards. She was like, everybody's just fine. I don't know, like she had some issues and stuff, and I was like,
So this is Amir, but he does all my music, all my background music. So check out his music. It'll be in the description below.
Amir was also one of my friends. We didn't really hang out much, but during class, he's just so funny and such a sweetheart. Definitely felt like one of the only people I knew in school who was just as weird as me, but he just like didn't care and was always so himself. There was a few really cool people I went to school with that made it a lot more bearable. But yeah, like I was saying, I wish I put more effort towards those friendships that I did have instead of just focusing on my relationship during high school. Because I did have a few friends, I guess.
Alright, so it got pretty cloudy outside. See? It looks like it's about to rain, so everybody's moving inside into the gym. So that's where we're headed now. And she's cute as ever, and she's sucking on her thumb.
It's so sweet seeing me in a vlog.
"Let's go, what? The cutest." Oh my gosh. Oh wait, I don't want to like crowd her.
She was so popular.
Scared.
Oh my god, there's so many people. We got to meet a few people I wanted to see. Didn't get to meet everyone. A lot of my old teachers I didn't get to see, but I got to see my favorite teacher, so that's good.
Yeah, it was honestly just a lot of me like walking around, being my awkward self, catching up with people that I never really was friends with to begin with. This next video is called Realistic Teen Mom Morning Routine. And I wanted to react to this one because I put a lot of effort into this video. And I find it really ironic that it's titled Realistic Morning Routine when it genuinely could not have been more staged. Like, it's so staged. Every single little second of this is staged. This wasn't even filmed in the morning. I'm pretty sure we like started filming at like noon because we were like setting up for it all morning and like cleaning the house and planning it out. In a way, it was kind of realistic. Like all the things that we did, the routine was typical, was what we would normally do, but this is literally a video of me recreating what a morning typically looks like in a very staged way. I can't watch this video without thinking about every single time that I had to move the camera, move the angle, the way that I had to edit it all together and do the voiceover, and just all of the effort it took for me to put together this realistic morning routine. And a lot of my routine type videos were like this. It was a very popular video to show my morning routine, my night routine, what a day in my life is like. Those videos always did it super well, and so I wanted them to look really good. But in doing that, in getting like a million different angles, it's just no longer realistic at all. It's so performative, every single little motion. And I think filming these staged type of videos are really what started to kill my soul when it came to filming YouTube videos. It all just started to feel so fake and superficial, and again, I kind of developed an ego about it, and it was no longer this like cute, wholesome thing, and more so this job that wasn't just a job, it was my life, my career and my life and parenthood and my self-worth all just became so intertwined, and it really started to eat away at me. I felt like my whole life started to become a performance, and videos like these just really show that. And I think this video in particular was really a tipping point, especially because I did so good and people loved it so much. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is what people want. They want to see perfect. So yeah, without further ado, my very staged, realistic morning routine.
Welcome back, Camily. Today I'm going to be showing you guys our morning routine. Every day is very different for us, but every morning starts out with a cranky baby.
setting up a tripod to get a shot of my screaming baby in the morning. And like I said, it was like not morning time. Like it was not early in the morning whatsoever. So I literally put my infant in the crib to take a video of her upset and confused why she's in the crib, just to take her out of it and pretend it's morning time and she just woke up. That's so dystopian and crazy and weird. Like, this literally feels like a Black Mirror episode to me. My acting skills though. Good morning. Sun is just fully out. Seeing them together just makes me want to cry.
What's that? What's Chip getting himself into? Is he reading a book to all your toys?
Anytime I see that white Christmas tree in one of my old videos, I just remember setting it up and the huge fight we got in while trying to set up that Christmas tree. I think we were vlogging. I think there is a video of us setting up that tree and I just cut out the fight. But yeah, things in our relationship were all right at that time, but there was definitely problems and major red flags and a few just really, really bad, scary fights that we got in. And yeah, every time I see that Christmas tree, I just remember him like losing it over trying to set it up. But when you watch the video, you know, we're just happy and excited to set up our first Christmas tree together. And you would never know. You would literally never have guessed that we got in a huge fight in the middle of it. So yeah, things were definitely not perfect despite how I made it seem at the time. And it would only get worse from there, really. And that just really added to how messed up it all felt. Like, even at the time, it felt wrong, but what else was I gonna do? Was I gonna show us fighting, leave the clip in? You know, we were in this situation where there really wasn't a right answer. It was just messed up all around.
We cracked a few eggs, but oh well. You win some, you lose some.
It's really weird seeing this old apartment because I know exactly where all the holes in the wall were that we were hiding and where the mirror had been broken and all these things that remind me of these awful fights we'd get in and these scary situations. And they weren't happening frequently enough that I thought it was a problem. I mean, I knew it was a problem, but I was also 17 and again, trying to seem perfect. And, you know, I figured we were just going through a rough patch and things would get better. But yeah, it's hard seeing me live in that apartment, knowing everything that would go down in there, and that at this point had already gone down in there. I wish I would have taken those red flags more seriously and realized that it wasn't normal to fight like that, that was a really bad sign and that it would only get worse. You don't break things and smash glass and flip tables when you're upset. That's not a normal, healthy way to react and not something that you just grow out of.
And after all that, we're finally out the door.
See, like, going back and forth, setting up my tripod inside the house and outside of the house. Like, I set my tripod up in so many different positions and rearranged the entire scene like 5 times for each shot. I don't think anyone who hasn't done this understands how much effort I put into this video. It's insane. I'm kind of impressed with myself though. I did and I still really do love the art of making videos. I used to have no shame about filming in public.
But yeah, that's how most mornings go for us. Before having Colette, I hated mornings. But now I go to bed knowing I'm going to wake up to my daughter's beautiful smile and, of course, morning snuggles. As you can see, it's all about teamwork. I couldn't do it without Landon, he couldn't do it without me, and we were both so grateful for each other. Things don't always go perfectly. You break an egg here and there, but hey, that's life, and you just gotta learn how to laugh at it.
My little monologue at the end there. I don't like the way I kind of framed that. Now that I'm a mom, I love the mornings. I get to wake up to my daughter's sweet smiling face every morning and snuggle. And then to be like, I am not glamorizing being a teen mom. What are you guys even talking about? I really made it seem like it's all sunshine and rainbows. I can definitely see now for a teenage girl watching that who's so in love with her boyfriend and they're totally gonna get married and she has baby fever, to watch that and think, oh my god, I wish that was my life. I wish we had a baby. I wish we could move out and get our own apartment and be grown and make eggs together and see that as aspirational. And it shouldn't be, because it wasn't that. Things did not always go that way. And I think part of the reason why for two 17-year-olds who had a kid, things seemed all right, they seemed functional, was because we had money. For our age and in our situation, a lot of people do not make that much money. I'd say most 17-year-olds aren't able to financially support a child. Not on their own, not without significant help. Definitely not to the extent that we were, where she had her cute little bath towel and her cute little robe, and we had our camera and our tripod and our car and our apartment and everything we could need. And that's just not the case for most people in that situation. And I definitely hold some guilt for making it seem like things were so great when they weren't. And like things are so easy for teen parents when they aren't. And I didn't even fully grasp the reality of what it's actually like to be a teen parent and not have YouTube money. Like, I had no idea at the time that things were significantly harder when you're not making that much money. Here I am, 23, definitely not making as much money as I did when I was 17, popping out those videos. And I understand that, oh my god, is that so unrealistic? And I get messages from people around my age telling me, after watching your videos, I tried to get pregnant as a teenager. I wouldn't be surprised if there are children that exist in the world now, partially because of my YouTube videos. That some teenagers out there watched that and thought, oh my gosh, I want that. I want a baby. I could totally take care of one. I mean, look at this random girl on the internet. She can. I totally could. And decided to get pregnant as a teenager. And it fucks me up to think about, because I know the reality now, and I know that for most people, it's not as easy as I made it look. Even for myself, it wasn't as easy as I made it look. And I was incredibly privileged. I was so removed from reality at that point. But damn. Well, that was that era. Hindsight is 2020, I guess, huh? Stay in school, don't get pregnant, and don't start a YouTube channel about it either. I'm really grateful that I have those videos for my daughter to look back on, and I'm really grateful that I was able to provide for my family. I can very clearly see all the hard work that I was putting in, even though it was so draining for me. I feel like it took so much away. It also meant that I could give my daughter everything she could ever want. And a lot of things that I have now in my life, the things that I'm grateful for, wouldn't have been possible if it weren't for that era and all the work that I put in. And so while I can sit here now and look back on how fake it all was and how exploitative it was, it's also what got me here, and I've really, really grown as a person since then. And that's part of the reason I'm doing this series, and I want to talk about these old videos, because hopefully I can reverse some of the damage I did by putting these out into the world and giving people this idea of how easy my life was. I think it's also really healing for me personally. It's kind of fun to tease myself and make fun of how cringy I was, but underneath all that, I think there's a lot of self-compassion to be found and forgiveness. Well, that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, Camily.